From politics, let's take you to Kaduna now. The more they succeeded in their dastardly acts, the more audacious they become. After storming the St. Albert's, the Great Institute of Philosophy, a seminary run by the Catholic Church in Fayette community in Kaduna State, the bandits are demanding 50 million naira ransom for the release of 3 students kidnapped there. In a relatively cheering development, more than 90 kidnapped students and members of staff of the Federal Government College, Yari in Kebbi State, have reportedly been released. This is after spending 4 months in captivity. Jide,
as at this afternoon,
torturous.
That issue, there had not been some finality to that issue. It was said that Dogo Gide, one of the most powerful bandits in Nigeria, contacted one of the parents and said, see, I'll release your children. They're on their way to bringing Kebbi. So I think the particular parents contacted some people and it became something for the social media to feast on. Now, I've made repeated calls since this happened, because when they were kidnapped back then, I remember I was among the first to get the story when they were kidnapped more than 100 days ago. Now, all of the people that I've called, they've said, including parents, you know, they are saying, no, they've not seen their children, they are not aware that they've gone to government house, and at government house, government is saying, look, they have no information. They too saw it on social media. So it's particularly depressing to hear what appears to be good news, and what we are hearing now suggests that it is not exactly true that these children have been released. Maybe after some hours, we'll hear that they've sewn clothes for them, they've cleaned them up, they've taken them to hospital to run some tests on them. But if parents, anxious parents, are returning from government house to say that government officials are saying they know nothing about this,
curious. One is
really worried. Even the Emirate Council, they are saying that they are not aware of this release.
These bandits are running riots, you know, but they are used to calling, you know, almost impossible amount of, I don't know how many students they kidnapped.
Just three.
They are calling 50 million.
50 million. I mean, if the parents of those children had 50 million, would they be schooling in Nigeria? I mean, you see, it's unfortunate. We talk about bombing of bandits' hideouts. We talk about arrests, and these people just appear to be having a good time. You know, and Kaduna remains a sore thumb. Kaduna is sticking out as a sore thumb. I think that somewhere where, you know, Attorney General Malami should think of, you know, recommending a state of emergency. Because over there, I mean, it is clear that the security situation has gone so bad, that security has broken down in Kaduna. Because the ease with which these criminals, you know, operate, they were set to have operated in school for 1 hour. The ease with which they operate, I mean, shows that they are always confident that, well, nothing will happen. And, okay, eventually they were repelled by vigilantes, but the vigilantes could not get the 3 students. What you now saw in the police statement was that the 3 kidnappers were stragglers who were hanging around the dining hall. I mean, you say stragglers.
But they are students, no?
Were they looking for remnants, you know, of food, or were they scavengers? Were they scavenging the dustbins or so? What you call this? These are duly registered students of a school. So even if they were sleeping, you know, or they were, I mean, under a tree reading their books, this school had the responsibility to ensure their security. So definitely, you see, Kaduna State has become a huge problem. There's still a problem in Zamfara State. Zamfara is still a major problem in terms of security. But Kaduna shows that, You know, this even with the shutdown of telecommunication services, it has not had any effect. So this issue must be dealt with at the highest level of security in this country. The commander-in-chief has to do something. He has to do something drastic about Kaduna.
So, we've lost count because we don't even know the number of students in this same Kaduna state. They've released the exact number and the ones they are adopting on a daily basis. And this, the ones that they've spent over 100 days now. You can just imagine what this student would have gone through.
Oh, of course, and there are more than 90. And some of the staff of the school are still with them. Because
Staff of the school?
Yes, they kidnapped the students and the staff. Some students escaped. You know,
Because for you
sometimes you read lies. When students escape on their own, you then read that they were rescued. Absolute falsehood. Those boys managed to escape. In fact, there was one of them who escaped to the hometown of Brigadier Ayuba's hometown. You remember the former Minister of Communications, Tanko Ayuba. You know, the boy managed to escape to that town, and then from there he was helped. So we have not launched any military effort or military campaign to free them. So when you hear, oh, somebody freed, the boy managed to escape on his own. Because how do you set out to free just one person out of more than 90? Does it make any sense? Do people who peddle these lies even think at all? Look at the Bethel students from this same Kaduna, the Bethel Baptist students. The bandits have been releasing them in batches. Today they will release 10. Tomorrow they will release 5.
Have they been collecting ransom?
It's ransom.
Of course.
Once they pay, the people who are able to pay, they are the ones whose children are released. But some of those children also escaped, like the son of the CAN chairman in Kaduna, for example. That boy the son managed to escape from custody. But you go and read that he was rescued by who? Where? So how come he was rescued and you left the rest? Who does that? So these are not encouraging at all. It's painful to be reading about this thing. The emir of Bungudu in Zamfara State, who is still in custody. You are kidnapping a first class. You know, you are kidnapping a first class traditional ruler. He's still in custody. They killed the father of the speaker of Zamfara. After having stayed with them for a long time, they ended up killing the man. So these bandits don't deserve to live. The way we advised that we should crush them, that advice has not been taken. We are hunting them piecemeal, and that's why we are not making the right progress. They leave Zamfara, go into Sokoto, and start killing people in Sabombrini in Sokoto State. That's what we are seeing. They even had the audacity to go and take on the military in Sabombrini and kill our soldiers. So, if we know that this is a big problem, let's face them squarely and then block every point through which they can escape and have a simultaneous military operation that will ensure that they don't escape. But we are not doing that.
Okay, I have a caller. Case Handle is calling us from Imo State.
Uncle, I agree to you. Brother today, good evening, family.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening. Thank you for the wonderful insights you're doing. God bless you. We can't stop listening to journalists HANGOUT. You see, the truth about this whole insecurity situation is that it's becoming so embarrassing to us Nigerians. And I can tell you that there are thousands of these kidnappings that are not reported. That's just the truth.
Yes.
There are thousands of them that are not reported. But the few that are being reported, people are just treating the kids low. Look at the children will escape by itself. These people will come and tell us they escape. How can one person be rescued from out of almost 100 persons? These are falsehoods. We can't continue. Like, my point is simple. See, it is high time our government took drastic response and measures towards this whole thing. For me, I don't think these bandits are greater than Nigeria. I don't think they are greater than our military. What is actually holding us from facing this thing squarely by hitting these people? And one major thing we must do, Baba Jibe, Can't we get intelligence to bring out these people that are sponsoring these bandits in Nigeria? How are they getting arms to this country? How are they getting money? How are they getting food items? We can't continue like this. If you go into part of that Kaduna, people are even...
Thank you for your contribution. Thank you.
It's true. We can't continue like this.
We can't continue like
of course,
this.
we can't
continue like this.
We can't, because what it means is that we've allowed a bunch of criminals, terrorists, clearly, to just hold us ransom. But again, there should be, you see, the other day, Lai Mohammed was saying that government has not, treated bandits, less harshly than separatist agitators. But you ask yourself a question. The response to attacks on soldiers and killing of soldiers, like what happened in Izombe in Imo State some days ago. Why don't you have such proportional reaction in areas in the north? Why, when soldiers are attacked or killed, why don't you have, in Izombe, you had three tanks and different military vehicles, soldiers, when destroyed over 70 houses. Why isn't that same proportional force applied when these things happen in the north?
Even against the bandits. Against the bandits, I've talked about the fact that bandits killed 18 soldiers in one day.
Can you imagine?
In one local government in Katsina. There was no revenge. No revenge. At least there's no revenge that I know.
Those are human lives.
So there has to be that self-same response.
Yes.
Every time our soldier gets killed by bandits, they must be made to regret it.
Yes.
When we read the report, soldiers, 20 soldiers killed here, we don't see any response.
Nothing.
We don't see any response. So why won't they do it again? Why won't they do it again?
You have to live there. Thank you, Emeka Maduna.
Thank you very
Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you very
and Babajide Kolade Otitoju, thank you for your contribution.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you.
And that's our take today.